special number together. Scarlett will also be doing a very special number. So, these celebrities, high-profile celebrities, have been training with me for the past, if not 3-4 years, because I started during the pandemic season, all online. And then, after that, this happened. We opened January this year, and thank God, by the grace of the Lord, we are doing well and gonna do our very second concert on December 1 in Podium Hall. Last year, our concert was in RCBC, and it was all my celebrity students only. This year, we are gonna be doing students from other coaches as well. So we have a total of 40, if not 40 to 43 students doing the concert this year. And I say concert because we do recitals as well, but we do it July. We did our very first recital, student recital, July, and I was able to process, parang naging audition, para malaman ko kung sino yung pwede at karapat-dapat na mag-concert this year. But it doesn't mean they're not gonna be doing the concert anytime soon. We are gonna do this every single year. So, si Atasha Mulak will also be doing singing and playing, very much like Alicia Keys. So it's also her first time doing that. So she's gonna be launching that, something different. And I feel like this concert is gonna probably, if not definitely, shock a lot of people, because those whom you think are not singers or cannot sing, think again. Because when you hear them, talaga naman pati ako as a coach, wow. Kaya I keep on coaching. Kasi when I see their progress, I think, wow, pwede pala talaga yun. So if you ask me if a person is talented or teachable, a person is absolutely teachable. I started like that as well, I started na hindi ko pa rin alam masyado yung boses ko, but it was my curiosity of like in doing better or learning about my voice. Paano ba ako gagaling or paano ba ako makakakanta ng isang
Paano
kanta?
nag-start yung pagiging coach mo?
Pagiging coach, well, I've been a performer for 15 years already. Nabuking yung age natin ng very, very slight doon. So I studied for 8 years and I've been concertizing ever since I was 19. So I'm almost never in the Philippines during my college years. I perform for the highest high profiles in the Philippines and internationally. I have won international competitions as well as local competitions here because of hard work and my obsession with learning. I did master classes abroad, and I think that's why I coach well, because of the experience, and I learn from other countries as well, not just our country and the roster of coaches that we have, they are also really good. But when you mix everything, because I have Italian blood, so it is my duty to give a little bit of that Italian technique in modern times. So of course, I've been performing classical for the past 10 to 12 years, and then a few years ago, say 4 or 5 years ago, I entered mainstream because of the pandemic season. So I started coaching online, and Erica Raimundo was my first, and then after that, my name second. So it was an experimentation on my end as well, because I learned classical, so the foundation is classical, the technique is classical, but I also learned that with a little bit of shifting, with a little bit of adjustment, you can do all genres. So I experimented on myself. I'm a classical singer, I trained pop, I have vocal coaches as well who help me out. His name is Arthur Espiritu. He's also a classical singer, but he teaches me Broadway, like all sorts of genres. A little bit of adjustment is what it takes. So then, when I started teaching my and I noticed na hindi naman sila nagtutunog classical, syempre you have to find their own identity. My touch of classical is my identity. So kailangan hanapin natin yung personality nila bago ko sila tuturuan. So I think I'm good in troubleshooting voices. Whenever I hear a person's voice, I think I know what to do. And whenever I try it, it works. So I do quite a lot of different things depending on what my students need. And I always have solutions because of the experiments that I've done in the past, and also me as like my guinea pig. I really learned a lot of technique during my 20s, you know, and I concertized since I was 19 for 4 months. I would go to the US, come back here, and then the next year go to Europe for 6 months and just like keep on concertizing. So the repertoire also became broad. So that's why I do all genres now. And kung may mga estudyante ako na, actually, now, sometimes the challenge is, it's always a challenge, but there are students who, for example, like si John Arcenas, he is doing a biopic of the movie of April Boy Regino, the one that's coming this December, if I'm not mistaken, or November ba. But it's called Idol, and he's gonna be doing a biopic of April Boy Regino. So the challenge is, and was, when we were training, for him to sound like April Boy Regino. So I kept on listening, I kept on doing, adjusting something, and then doing it again. And now, he actually sounds exactly like April Boy Regino, so watch out for the movie. Congrats, John. So, yeah, we have a lot of those. And then all the new releases of My, I also coached her in those songs, and there are a lot more coming. We have recorded them since last year, and all these songs are gonna go internationally. So I'm very, very much excited for everyone, kasi everything's happening at the same time, seeing them shine in all areas. So I have to keep up. Kailangan lagi din ako inspired. Kailangan din ako lagi tayong maayos. Kailangan lagi din tayo may ginagawa at nagpo-perform tayo, because when my students see me, it also inspires them na, go coach. Coach ko yan. So it really, kaya sa concert, magano na kayo, maraming luha na naman ang dadahak, just like last year. And seeing the parents, you know, just there supporting lahat po high profile celebrities, and still, they're always there during rehearsals. Kahit pagod na, pagkain na masarap lang, sapat na. Sanay sila sa pagod because you know, Senex are very hardworking people. Those who have dreams tend to be workaholic. Yes.
Question. Paano yung process ng coaching mo? Like, pag may estudyante ka ba, di ba, they have their own voice, but they don't know kung ito yung
technique.
So, do you suggest, ikaw ba yung sabi, mas bagay sa'yo, opera, mga ganon? Then, paano yung process para ma-develop?
Actually, what's challenging is, as soon as I hear their voices, I have an inkling as to whether bagay ba sila sa jazz, bagay ba sila sa Broadway, bagay ba sila sa classical. It depends on the timbre. Number one, like for example, when you talk, you have a very high speaking voice, or it's very projected. So I would probably assume that, you know, you like balance or something like that. It starts with like the speaking voice, and then you sing, and then with the quality or the timbre or the temperament, we call it temperament of the voice and the character of your personality, then I will give the songs that I think would fit your voice well. So that's why I think now, kahit si Michelle D, of course, she's feisty, she's sexy. So that's what you're gonna hear, right? Si Rian, she's sweet, she's quirky, but at the same time, she's like flawless. So that's what you're gonna hear in her singing. So I think it's mostly finding the personality and intertwining or building with the vocal quality. And then from there, I think I take it from there, and then we do vocalizations to, of course, stretch the voice upwards. I check if the student has chest voice, which is like next to talking, like, hi, this is chest voice. But there's also like mixing. It happens usually in Broadway singing. There's also like head voice. So I try to check if they have all three. If not, then I would know na, okay, in my mind, I need to give you more like pop songs so that you develop the chest. I need to give you exercises to do at home to develop your core. At the end of the day, singing will always boil down to how you take care of your body. It's very core. It's very athletic. We are like Olympians. Di ba, kailangan maganda yung baga mo, kailangan disiplinado ka, because singing is muscle memory. The more you practice it, the more it retains. It develops muscles. Just like when you, pag nagbubuhat ka, pag 5 kilos, 7 kilos naman, and then after like 2 months, 3 months, it develops and becomes a muscle. So that's what I do in singing. I incorporate a lot of actions, a lot of body movements, a lot of breathing exercises, posture, technique, definitely a lot of technique, and then I give homeworks or songs. I ask them to sing with whatever they wanna sing. And then, I try to suggest. If okay sa kanila, yung direction na sa tingin ko would make them shine more, or showcase their voices more, or fit their personality and voices more, then I will try to lead them in that direction. And so far naman wala pa namang umaalma. Thank you guys. So yeah, it's been quite interesting kasi at first to be dealing with one big celebrity like as Erica and Maymay, and then after that tuloy-tuloy na si Vibory, si Atasha. So it's like non-stop na yung yung pagko-coach natin sa mga celebs, and of course they're all expecting to be good. Some call me magician. Magician na nga yung tawag sa akin. Iba tinatawag na ako na genie. Because some of my students parents, they always ask na, coach, kailangan manalo yun ng competition. Okay, so yun na nga. Alam ko mananalo kasi I always ask God, sabi ko, Lord, pag ito hindi binigay sa estudyante ko, knowing na everyday namin tinatrabaho to, she's 12 years old and she's gonna win this competition because she's very hardworking and she deserves it. And you know what? We always get it. By the grace of God, by hard work, and just love and passion for music. Like in my mind, this kid has to win because I wouldn't wanna make her feel bad. But of course, I always tell her na, it's not always about winning. It's about the progress you make when you have a certain goal. So I think that's what's special about our concert. It's the preparation. It's not even the concert itself. It's the preparation from January, actually from last year. Nagtatanong na sila, sino yung mga kasama, papaano yung concert next year. January pa lang, si Scarlett was my very first, nagtanong, Karen, are we pushing to with the concert this year? So it's quite nice na they look forward to something. And now, alam nila na malapit na naman, and holiday season, yes, but they still find time to rehearse, Marian texted me earlier, she was very nice in saying na, sorry, sila makakapunta today because Zia has training in swimming, she also has a competition, but they will be fixing their schedule, so it's quite nice, as busy as those people, taking time to respond, to fix their schedule, just to help their students, or their kids, Support means a lot, and I think the reason why our students are fantastic and our coaches are equally fantastic is because support of the parents really matters so much. My parents supported me ever since day one, so I think that's why I am still here, alive and kicking, because of their support. Nung panahon natin, parang di pa masyadong sinusuportahan yung arts no? Ngayon, because of social media, may pros and cons din talaga. Kaya ngayon, everybody's just so mag-arts ka, kumanta ka, mag-ganito ka. So, it's just so different now. And it makes me more inspired kasi ganun na we're living in those kind of times.
Major shows. Kasi isa na naman sila. I just want yung honest opinion mo, like, first impression mo kina Maymay, Michelle, Rian,
Maymay, of course, lahat sila iba. As I've mentioned, iba-iba kasi sila ng vocal quality. But, of course, as a coach, you will always try to look at it at a coach's point of view. So when I hear walang bias, walang say high profile celeb ka, I cannot hurt your feelings and those, because I'm here to help you out, but I'm not gonna be here to be harsh as well. So of course, first time I heard them, of course they already had special vocal quality. Sa totoo lang, kapag nag-try ka naman kumanta, unless wala ka talaga sa tono, may maririnig ka na something na pwede. Ako laging ganun unless pag wala sa tono, pwede rin naman pero mas mahirap. But with the likes of them, hindi sila wala sa tono, which is fantastic. So it's just the direction of the voice that I needed to really fix, and probably the vibrato and finding their voice. Vibrato is the yung nginig sa dulo ng boses. Kasi I think it's the ketchup to the ketchup to my French fries. Hindi siya, it makes the voice extra sweeter. So I try to incorporate that to all my students, but not necessarily meaning na lahat ng kanta kailangan may vibrato. No. Kailangan lang alam mong gamitin. So they already had beautiful voices to start with. But with someone guiding you, an expert, a vocal technician, I am also a vocal technician, so more on technique kasi yung change ko at ginagawa ko para kung nag-aayos na sasakyan. So dito sa left side, ganito yung kailangan gawin, kailangan mo itaas. There's like a lot of different things going on. But yeah, I think the progress of the students will be seen when you watch them as well. Because last year, their progress has already been seen. But this year, syempre, isang taon na yung lumipas eh. I mean, have you heard My Now? Kahit anong live niya, wala nang problema. She's just like, very much used to it. Because why? It's also muscle memory. Paulit-ulit yun ang ginagawa yun eh. Atasha, her vocal quality is so special. It's like raspy. So pag ganon, hindi natin pwede tanggalin yun. Babawasan lang natin ng konti, pero we keep the character of the voice. Babawasan ng konti because it's unhealthy. Because when you have like me also, my speaking voice is very raspy, but I don't sing like this. It's also a muscle that I'm used to using. Parang ganon. So their progress has been impeccable, if I may say so myself, because of their hard work. Pag sa totoo lang, when they're already there, celebs, high-profile celebs, the more they work harder, napansin ko. Kasi they're already there. How do they become better? How do they become, the best for themselves? My students are competitive within themselves. They're never competitive amongst themselves, the others. Kasi that's why they're gonna be singing together with each other. Collaboration, I always tell them the beauty and the power of collaboration. You will always learn from each other. Yun.
Okay. Pa-mention naman ng names niya.
Has a very feisty, rich vocal quality. Her voice can penetrate an entire orchestra because it's absolutely projected. Pag projected talagang tusok na tusok. Pero hindi siya yung tusok na shrill. It's tusok na naka-shape, may character. Mafe-feel mo yung character ng bata dun sa quality ng boses niya. So it's like a round, piercing tone. No? Bagay sa kanya, I suggest some country songs. Not hardcore country songs, but like Heart Like a Truck. I don't know if you know that song. It's a country song, but it's not country, if that makes sense. Mga Miley Cyrus songs, I think she has a little bit of a tone that's dark and Miley-ish, but of course, different. Wala namang boses na magkaparehas eh. But it's just like the temperament of her voice. Pop rock. Bagay sa kanya, pop rock. Pop rock princess. Ano pa ba? Actually, ang Makabugera fits her voice really well. And Huling Hugot, I'm not sure if you already heard that, pero yung mga ganong klaseng vibe of songs, bagay din sa kanya. Pero I think My is happiest with pop rock. Pop rock, medyo country, ganon. Correct me if I'm mistaken, My. Atasha has a raspy vocal quality. Baka marinig mo pa lang, salita niyo ganun. So sabi ko, wow! Ang lalim ng boses at ang laki. So yung ganun, pwede mo dalhin yun hanggang sa taas eh. And she's so versatile as well. She can control her voice, very, very well. Sa high note, kaya niyang hinaan, kaya niyang lakasan. She also has vibrato now. Her voice is, how do I call it? Velvety. Creamy, ganun. Just, yeah, it's not shrilling, it's not penetrating as well. It's just like when she sings, parang kang hinahag. Yung ganung klaseng tone. Pakantahin mo sa kanya Christmas song. For example, Have Yourself. Have Yourself. Yung ganung klaseng tone, I can just imagine her voice in it. But I gave her OPM. We did Ako'y Sa'yo, Ika'y Akin Lamang. That kind of song, mga sweet songs. Because, she's still young as well. But at the same time, ayaw natin naman masyadong kahit mababa yung boses niya, bigyan siya ng mga mababang songs lang. So, I try to balance it out. Right? Si Rian has a very sweet, angelic voice. But at the same time, because of her character, she's feisty. Sweet and feisty. So, I asked them, Rian and Michelle D, to do a duet here. I coached them with Beautiful Things. These beautiful things. They did it so well. Lumabas yung character ni Michelle D, which has like a fiery, beaming hot kind of vocal temperament eh. Si Michelle D has that. Para siyang haluan mo ng vibrato yon. Her voice is very sexy, actually. And then, ano pa ba? Si Rian. Sorry.
Eddie.
And then, Rian's voice is not also piercing, but at the same time, it's a mixture of that brightness and the sweetness of it all. So it's like bright and sweet. So bagay sa kanya yung mga, actually she likes singing mga love songs, mga ganong klaseng songs. But with her character kasi, hindi lang bagay sa kanya yung pa-sweet-sweet lang. Kasi you know what, Rian is absolutely funny. You know, she's one of my sister's best friends, so that's why I also know her really well. Sila magbe-best friends actually. My sister is an influencer and she's also one of my partners here. She's the best friend of Rian Ramos and Michelle D. So that's why before pa maging Miss Universe si Michelle D, they're already actually my students. We've prepared for quite a long time already. Sino pa? Viboray. Naku, si Viboray, she has a very, paano ba to? Creamy, ganun din creamy, velvety, raspy, bright, sweet. All in one. Pinagsama-sama kasi may certain, Viboray is very sweet. Diba? She's very, the voice actually comes out when you are comfortable with your character as well. So it comes out naturally. So I think that's why I'm able to give them songs na nababagay sa kanila, or I think nababagay sa kanila. So I usually give Vibory OPM songs. She likes OPM. She loves Chaperone. It's quite high, but she does it very nicely. Like ginagawa namin yung Good Luck Babe. So we trained hard for that. I think we're gonna cover it soon. So a lot of them are also preparing for RMA Studios Live. So we are gonna be launching that here as well next year. And the very first guest will be me and my Mai, kasi it was also her suggestion na gumawa kami ng live, you know, para we can also jam, we can also like keep on creating music, because that's the best way to learn. Yeah.